Peace and black power, peace and black power. Greetings to my black family. Black family, come in, liking this video. This is Underground Warrior TV, also slash Pan African TV. You with King Chris today. You with King Chris today. Yes, I've changed my name, my MC name, my rap name, Soldier C. But now that I'm doing this content, I am a king. So I am King Chris. This is King Chris or King C speaking with you today. Black people, we have a nice video as far as me giving up my analysis and my intake and my wisdom, but it's a sad video today also because we're talking about the violence against black women. We're talking about the violence against black women since the slave trade. I believe that's when most of the violence towards black women became very, very horrific, all the way up to 2024. I've been seeing a wave of violence towards the black woman. It was said by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I must give credit where credit due. He said the last attack, you can go back and read it, I believe it's in Message to the Black Man, when I was studying Islam. I believe it's Message to the Black Man. He said that the last attack against the black man will be through the black woman. And I understand that now. Maybe back then I really couldn't grasp it, but today I understand what Elijah was saying. Through the black woman is the black man's or the black family's extension. This is how we continue to live, through the black woman. I know religion teaches us that the woman came from the man's rib. That's what we was taught, family. But since I've been on this planet, and I'm about to be 58, man and women have always came from a woman. You see what I'm saying? But we got a story, black family, out of Milwaukee. April 1st, 2024, a white man kills a black woman on their first date. Let me say this. Interracial dating between black men, black women with white men. That is being pushed more these days. We already know the black man has involved himself with interracial sex dating with white women. But now, more ever, you can see it in the commercials. You can see it in the entertainment business. You can see it, the promotion of white men with black women. Once upon a time in this country, the white supremacists wouldn't allow it out in the open, a black man with a white woman. white man with the black woman was a crime at one time in this country. It was never, interracial dating was never pushed by the white supremacists who run this country. Not until the white supremacists realized that the Caucasian race are dying faster than they're being born. And I'm not capping. This is not a channel where we hate white people. This is a channel where we just tell the truth about the white supremacist system. The white supremacist system, which is the government. And all her cronies of the Western world hate black people. Just look around the planet. Look at Africa. Look what the Western countries done to Africa. Look in the United States of America. The black people who are products of the diaspora still have not been paid restitution from the former colonial powers who participated in the slave trade. Look at the Arabs. The Arabs have not extended a hand to the Africans. The Arabs on the back of Africans built their economy. The Arabs have not extended, not even through Islam. That's when I knew I had to back up off Islam when it came to the Orthodox. I see how the Orthodox Muslims were enslaving blacks in the beginning. Anyway, I want to talk about this case, and I had to briefly talk about the white race dying off and why interracial dating is being pushed. Because in order for white people to continue to be, they have to go through the black woman. The black woman's seed will be mixed biracial, but if the biracial baby is taught to go back when it's older to date something white or somebody white, this is the plan. But anyway, black family, this sister was killed on the first date. Her name was Sade Robinson, who went on a date with a 33-year-old white man named Maxwell Anderson, who murdered her. Then he dismembered her body. The two went on a date April 1st. The next day, a severed leg was found belonging to Sade. A severed, cut off leg. Sade Robinson's right leg was found near a 100-foot bluff by water edge in a park. See, this is the same thing that happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And I did a story in December. A 23-year-old black woman named Lauren Smith Fields was found dead at a home. A white man killed her on the first date, and no one arrested him. She met him on Bumble. She met this white guy on Bumble, and he was 37 years old. What's going on with black women, young black women, dating these older white guys? And when they go out with these white guys kill them. So I'm thinking interracial dating is being promoted, and the white supremacist white man that's easy for him to kill the black woman if he's a racist. All he got to do is meet the women on Bumble. See, white people have a tendency to want to hurt black people. This is serious. So if we promoted interracial dating on these dating sites, it's easy for a Klan member, because black women are gullible. They believe the society loves them. The society uses you, black woman, as a tool. So here it is out of Milwaukee. The first date. Sade Robinson, 19 years old. What is she doing with a white man, 33 years old? He dismembered this sister on the first date. So black women, beware of when you see promotion of this white man always in these commercials. They show the white man always in a better light. Then they use the entertainers like Eve who date rich white older men. You can choose who you want to choose. But I'm just telling you, black woman, you got to be careful. You are being used as a tool in the last day of the white man's rule upon this planet. He's losing grip on the planet. He's the minority on the planet. Black women have always been a subject for violence against them when in contact with a natural born enemy. The white man is the black woman's natural born enemy. She can't get it through her head. The white man's violence against black women has a long history. If black people just pay attention to the history, pay attention to the detail. No one has arrested Lauren Smith Fields, 23-year-old black woman who was killed in Connecticut, Bridgeport, Connecticut. I want y'all to look that up, because this dude got away with murder. He date raped his sister. He put fentanyl in her drink, and the police said he was a nice guy and let him go because he called and reported her dead hours later. And the police helped cover it up. Black women, don't believe and go to sleep and think that these white supremacists love you. They've been lynching you, burning you at the stake, raping you. So pay attention to the detail. History reflects a teaching moment that we can learn from. The propensity of white male violence is rooted in behavior, inclination to behave barbaric. Black women have been raped and mutilated during slavery. They show you, and I've read what a slave master would take a straight razor to instill fear into the rest of the brothers and sisters on the plantation. They would pick one of our pregnant sisters and kill her by cutting her uterus open to her stomach all the way up with a straight razor. Yes, cut her open. The baby will be attached to the cord, on the ground. The baby dies. The black woman bleeds to death. This is the violence that the white man brought to black women. So, black women, you go on these dating sites. They promote you to have this fetish to sleep with white men. And then they send you right in the hands. See, this white man ain't right. He want to kill you based on the color of your skin. You a human being like him. What makes another human being want to murder another human being because we look different? That's a sick mind. So be careful, black women. They promoting you to go out and sleep with some maniacs like Jeffrey Dahmer. You don't know. You're going to be a victim if you don't do no detailed work. You don't have nobody go on no date with you with these crazy psycho white men. We know we got some brothers fucked up too. We know we got some black men fucked up too. We can't let their ass off the hook. But right now, I'm telling you, you're going to be a case, black women, like our sister, and may she rest in peace. 19 years old, man. Sade Robinson. Remember her out of Milwaukee. Yes. Check this video out.
Earlier this month, we brought you a grisly case from Milwaukee that didn't stay a mystery for very long, or so we thought. It began with a human leg. It was cut off at the hip. It was pink toenail polish on the toes. The leg was found in a lakefront park, and it wasn't long before other body parts started turning up in various other locations. And then police determined that they all belonged to a 19-year-old woman named Sade Robinson. And even while those grim discoveries were happening, police had a suspect. It was this guy, a tall, blonde, 33-year-old bartender named Maxwell Anderson. He and Sade, it turns out, had gone on a date the night before Sade failed to show up for work, and hours before her clothes were found in her burned-out car. Investigators said phone records, surveillance video, forensics, all tied Maxwell Anderson to the crime, and so they charged him with it. Homicide and mutilation of a corpse. On Monday, though, he pleaded not guilty. And now comes a weird footnote in a new court filing that says preliminary DNA tests on the blood that police found in Maxwell Anderson's home do not, I repeat, do not show a match with Sade Robinson. So does that undercut the accusations that Maxwell Anderson killed Sade Robinson? Or does it add to the speculation that Anderson may have killed other victims we don't know about?
There are new questions about the police investigation into the dating app death of a young woman, Lauren Smith Fields, in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Investigative reporter Sarah Wallace delves into that mystery.
They wanted us to forget about our daughter, their sister, our loved one. They thought they was gonna just throw her away like she was
garbage.
Amid this family's anguish are emotions of outrage and disgust at how the Bridgeport Police Department has investigated the mysterious death of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields.
It was careless. It was no concern. There was no care for the family about how we felt, our grief, our pain, none of that.
The I-Team obtained this police report of the response to a 911 call from Lauren's apartment on the morning of December 12th from a white male identified as Matthew LaFountain. The investigator notes he was trembling and visibly shaken. LaFountain said they met on the dating site Bumble, began drinking shots of tequila, and Lauren became ill. That later they played some games, ate some food, and started to watch a movie. He says he carried her to her bedroom and laid her in her bed. He then laid down next to her and fell asleep. He woke up again at approximately 0630 hours, and she was laying on her right side. Blood was coming out of her right nostril onto the bed, and she was not breathing.
The whole day goes by. No police reach out to the family at all.
Her close-knit family says they went to the apartment the next day after frantically calling and texting Lauren and were referred to a Detective Cronin.
They didn't even contact us. They didn't let us know anything. It's like crazy. And I'm asking him what's going on. He said she met some guy on Bumble. And I'm asking him about the guy. He was like, oh, you sound like a really nice guy. You sound like a really good guy. And he was like, I'll call you back, and just hung up in my face.
They say the detective promised to come by the apartment.
Never showed up.
The family says the relationship with police devolved from there. No contact from December 13th until December 29th. They returned to the apartment to clear out Lauren's belongings and claim a new detective came by to say he'd taken over the case from Detective Cronin.
The detective said he effed up, he messed up, he effed Cronin, he messed up, he didn't know what he was doing, he messed up the case.
The family says they provided evidence they'd collected to crime scene investigators who arrived for the first time that day, included a bloody sheet and a pill.
And 2 cups of like drinks or whatever next to a bottle. They didn't take none of that. We seen a condom, we seen lube, other stuff in there, and they didn't take none of this.
Sources close to the investigation tell the I-Team the Matthew LaFountain pictured in this social media photo, now removed, was the man at Lauren's apartment. A neighbor at his listed address in Milford confirmed LaFountain's identity, but we were unable to reach the 37-year-old who has not been accused of any wrongdoing. LaFountain's same image appeared under the name Matthew Thomas, now also taken down.
Anyone that genuinely cared and they were there, the last person there, and they know that nothing bad happened, you would at least even reach out to the family yourself. Like, listen, I know I'm sorry for your loss of your daughter or your sister.
The family's last contact with police was on January 4th at headquarters with their attorney.
What I believe is that the police failed to collect and preserve that environment from the first day.
The attorney has now filed a notice of claim to sue Bridgeport for negligence, claiming key evidence was not initially submitted to the state lab.
I feel like because he's a white guy and she's a black girl, it's just almost like they just thrown it under the rug.
That night she was silenced, so now we are her voice. Right. But we're here and we're fighting for her.
Maxwell Robinson, he should be sentenced to death. This is a hate crime. See, we don't have no hate crime on the books. Congress won't pass the hate crime bill against African Americans, but they did it for the Asians. See, they do this because they have a mandate to try to destroy the rise of our population. I know what's going on. Maxwell Anderson, this is a hate crime. He shall be charged with a hate crime. And out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, Connecticut police, Connecticut authorities, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, but you showed us for racism. I'm talking about what happened in December of 2021. Nobody is speaking what happened in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where Lauren, 23-year-old black woman, Lauren Smith Fields, was found dead in her home while on a date with a white man who date raped her with fentanyl and other medications that she died from. And he had sex with this sister. What was going on with this sister, 23 years old, with a Matthew LaFountain, 37 years old? What is she doing with him? So that case, this guy wasn't arrested. He got away with cold murder. I just want to let black women know, you living in society that see you as a threat because you're capable of wiping out the white race if you stay in the gene pool with your own people. But they're going to find a way to try to eliminate us, but it's not going to work. Hey, y'all mash up the likes. Share this video. Peace and black power.